Hi guys, it's Moz here on the workbench today. I'm going to be building this 1:32 scale Ford 3-litre GT from Airfix. It's a starter set, so it comes with paints, it comes with glue, it comes with brushes. I'm not going to use them. I'm going to use lacquer paints. I'm going to use proper glue and maybe a couple of Posca pens as well. If you built this kit, leave me a comment below on how you got on with it and any frustrations you had, anything you liked. Just leave a comment below and I do reply. But anyway, let's get on with the build straight after the intro. So guys, here it is. Here's a kit. Now, it's a 53-year-old tooling, so it will have some issues. It is in no way a shit kit. Now, you know, and I've built some shit kits before, and I've built some proper dog shit kits that have ended up in the bin. This has its challenges, I'm not going to lie. So, first off, it went together quite easily. You know, it's not difficult to build this kit. One point, when you do the insides, what I suggest is go by the front location pin and clip off the back too, because they don't fit. Obviously, you know, I've tried to put them in and it doesn't fit if you're using location pins, but because the front pins bang on and this fits with the glass and the dashboard, cut the rear ones off and then just stick it down and you'll be absolutely fine. No issues there. Issue with the wheels. Now, in the instructions, you will see that you will have four tires, 4 hubs, and 4 inner rings. Okay. Now, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and they've got little lugs in them. All right. Now, when you get to the kit, you get 1, 2, 3, and what that is that? What is that? That is nothing like the picture. Okay. Now, I don't know, you know, somebody said that you used to convert these into cars that you could race on the Airfix track. They had like an old scale electric sort of thing. Because here's 1 to 32 scale, which I believe, you know, the scale electrics cars are. But this doesn't, it just doesn't, no, don't worry about it. I've left mine off, okay, which I think is that back tyre there. Yeah, I think I left him off, and don't worry about it. It does make the fit a little bit weaker, I suppose, because you're not getting it round the, you know, round the back end there where the discs are. But who cares? You know, it fits nice. You know, the wheel, the hub and the wheel fits nice together. Or sorry, the hub and the tyre to complete the wheel is okay. Don't worry about this back bit because, as I said, that just this is not even So there you go. There's that bit. Very confusing about the mirror. Now, I saw the mirror on here. It's very, very confusing, this, right? Can you see a little lump on the top there? Okay, there's a little lump there. That's got to be painted gold. Now, going through the instructions, number part 11, the arrow goes to there. So I was assuming it goes on the front there. No, I think the arrow needs to be stretched to that little hole that's there. Because only until I was talking to a chap on one of my live streams, he explained to me that's where the mirror is. That's why there's a window there, because you look up and the mirror fires you back. So that's a mirror there, number 11, so it goes on top. But everything else seems to go together. These are a little bit fiddly, trying to get the wishbone and that into these little nups here. You know, just do your best on them, okay? Put a ton of glue in there and just hope some of it sticks. You know what I mean? Just hope it melts it enough to keep it in position. And I do suggest when you're doing these here, really clean them up. I didn't do a good enough job cleaning these up, so in the end I had to pummel it with glue to melt it, so they did go back up at right angles, if you see what I mean, because that then affixes to which one is it? There. So it goes on to like the brake caliper and the axle bit there, sort of thing. So if I was you, I'd make sure these are properly cleaned up. Okay, just I didn't really notice it too bad, but yeah, just give it a good clean up when you put it together. But all this here, the wishbone and the suspension, it was a bit of a nightmare. And I think that's basically it. Oh, yeah, because I say on here, if you look at the back at the call out, it hasn't got the hole there for the window. So I was assuming that you just put that over as gold or spray that gold even. I even bought the gold to do it, but no, unfortunately not. It is actually a window there, and then you can see the mirror there. Okay, then the mirror, it doesn't even look like that, to be honest. But yeah, it's there is a mirror there that goes on top, and that's, you know, but the window's covered over, but the idea is that you look up into the mirror to see back. So a couple of little things like that. The decals were not good. Now, on one of my live streams, you saw me. This is why it's taking a little bit longer to do this kit. So I ordered another kit to complete it. I thought, bollocks, I'll get another kit because I could spray this one up in the Gulf blue, light blue, at some point in my modelling thing. But now I built it once, I probably will. So the decal failed. This one here failed. So then I cut it off this spare one here, and it failed again. And you can see it just disintegrates in water. So you get nice and warm in it, you start to peel it off, and then it just rips and tears and everything. And I thought, oh, you're having a joke. So what I did was, I thought, well, I've got a spare 34. I'll use the extra back one on this spare decal sheet. So this one here, put it on the front. And you never guess what? It split in half. So, but fortunately, I knew that I was going to cover it with that 34. You can just almost see it, not quite, but I pushed it together, make sure, and then I covered it with the 34. So, you know, shit happens, doesn't it? You know, but the decals were quite poor, and I've never had that with any of the cartograph ones before. Whether it's a bad batch, I don't know, but yeah, they if you know, what I suggest is, if you do have some of this lying around, liquid decal film, just paint some of that on it, leave it to dry overnight, and then do it, because this does give it, you know, does help with the strength. It does, you know, but it just disintegrated, you know. And what I did was I got so peed off that I took it off again, laid it on here, just so that you can see, that you can clearly see that they're just perishing, absolutely perishing, which is a bit of a shame. What I didn't use the paints in the box. I used lacquer paint, and I use this pure metallic red, which is what I call Iron Man red. And it does look Iron Man now, doesn't it? You know, it does look a little bit Iron Man with the gold and the red. But I think it really does make it pop. It's a little bit different to the you know, your boring red. But sometimes it's nice to do something a bit different for your model kits, isn't it? But yeah, Iron Man... the Iron Man Ford 3-litre GT. I might even use that as the title for this video, that it's an Iron Man Ford 3-litre GT. They say, it's Iron Man's car. What do you reckon? Yeah, it wouldn't work because it's right-hand drive. It should be left-hand drive, shouldn't it? So there you go. So yeah, I can't think of anything else to add to that than have good fun. You can still buy this kit on the Airfix website. It's £25. If you are somebody who's done 3 or 4 kits and want to progress, say for instance you've done a couple of 172, a Spitfire and a BF 109, and you want to challenge yourself into like a skill level 2, this is a kind of kit I would get involved in, because you've got to think a little bit with this kit as well, and that's what you want. You want to develop yourself into becoming a really good scale modeler, and having a kit that doesn't just fall together but gives you a little bit of incentive to work a bit harder on it. You're going to come out with a kit like this. Now, I was challenged by a guy called Josh on TikTok who's been struggling with his, and I'm hoping that now we've seen mine, he can go back to it and have a little go with the kit, and even buy another kit and start again if he feels that the kit is irretrievable. But yeah, cracking little kit really, and I thoroughly enjoyed building it. And I think that's basically it. I'm just trying to think, got nothing else to share. Like I said, it does go together nice. You can see that, you know, just using the old poly cement, precision cement here that I use, a little bit of Tamiya extra thin, and I use some micro crystal clear around the windows, because you see the windows actually slot straight in. And in theory, I sprayed this up first thinking, you know, I'll get away with it a little bit, but then I realised that I did put the tape on, and because there's a gap there, slight gap, you can actually cut around the Tamiya tape quite easily if you want to give it a good gloss coat after. Because I wasn't going to give it a gloss coat. I was quite happy with the finish I got with this pure metallic red, but I've given it a gloss coat because of how I feel that the decals are. It needed a coating just to seal it all in, and I think that's basically it. I've got nothing more else to add, apart from, if you like the video, click like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, ring that bell, select all, and you'll be notified when I release a new video. If you would like to become a channel member and become part of the Mod 6510 Models family, you can click join, and from $1.99 a month upwards, you will get instant first access on kit builds. I post in the community tab here on YouTube for members only, and also there is an option now where I can actually just live stream to members, so I'll be doing that in the future as well. If you like this build and like to see another build, I will put the build video of my Tempest just here, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.